trust in you, not everything I know, with heart and soul. Letting go, I will trust you in the highs and in the lows, 'cause you're the God who made this heart and soul. When I'm standing in a sea of chaos, you say cast your net the other side. Trust my heart and trust in my provision. All you give, I'll always multiply, with heart and soul, heart and soul. I will trust in you, not everything I know, with heart and soul. Letting go, I will trust you in the highs and in the lows, 'cause you're the God who made this heart and soul. You're the only one I've ever needed, and you're the only one I'll ever need. Lord, I come alive in worship, 'cause you're the God who made this heart and soul, with heart and soul, heart and soul. I will trust in you, not everything I know, with heart and soul. Letting go, I will trust you in the highs and in the lows, 'cause you're the God who made this heart and soul. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not letting go of this heart and soul. You're not letting go of this heart and soul.
So Abby, Nick, and Sam, good to have you guys. Thanks for joining us all the way. Well, I guess two of you guys are in the UK. Sam, you're actually transplanted now from the UK. You're in New York City. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. My wife and I, we made the move across the pond back in November time. So yeah, we're based in Williamsburg in Brooklyn, in New York. So yeah, loving it.
Wow. Well, we actually have different churches represented. Abby, you're at KXC, I believe, in London, and Nick, you're up at Gas Street in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And so this is exciting, man. Like, you guys are representing a big swath of the UK and now New York City. That's incredible. Well, let's talk about this song, Heart and Soul. And Abby, I'll start with you. Man, I love the image around this song, and also just the play on words that you all did. But really, at the essence of it, this is a song of surrender, of just recognizing. I love the fact that it recognizes that we just don't really get all the time, and we don't see everything the way that it's really happening, or the way that God sees it. And it's a really humbling, when you think about that. But it's also comforting, as this song kind of walks through, just that trust factor of like, yeah, we don't understand everything that we're walking through, everything that's going on, why things happen the way they do. But in the end, we can trust God because he created us, which is just amazing. But talk about this song a little bit. I know you guys worked on this, and I think it started one place and ended up in another. I'd love to hear the story.
Yeah, definitely. The song's been on
quite a bit of a journey, I think. So even 18 months ago, I started writing this little, I think it was just a chorus that I did all around Proverbs 3, verse 5 to 6, which says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight." And I love that verse, just, about leaning not on our own understanding. And obviously that's in the verse now as well. And putting all of our trust in him, like you said, even when it feels like it doesn't make sense. And, but it's all about abiding in him and learning to hear his voice and listening to him. And just being obedient in that. And it's been that verse for me personally has been a real anchor over the last few years. And it has totally just taught me how to trust more and lean on his understanding, because he is so much wiser than we could ever be. And so trusting that he has good plans, good intentions, that actually when we come under his will and live in relationship with him, that's where the fullness of life is and the fullness of joy is. And I love that is almost feels like that's represented in the sound of the song as well now. But it definitely started as most kind of surrender songs are, as a bit of a slow ballad, I think, on the piano. I worked on it a bit with Sam, and we kind of formed this pretty song all about trusting in God and surrender. And then I worked on it with Nick and Johnny as well, who transformed it.
Well, Nick, I love how songs sometimes, they are given to songwriters and then, months or years later, things happen and all of a sudden the song becomes really important and relevant. And man, what a year we've had. And what an incredible song and lyric to actually sing during just everything that we've all been through in our world in the last year.
Yeah, and it was a really special song to write, and like you're saying, just to be able to sing it in this season feels particularly special. Just surrender, trusting God, and I had no idea really the song had been on such a long journey before the session that I joined it. I felt that we did it really quickly in the session, but I sort of jumped in at that point, and I'd been thinking a lot about what Jesus says, just that right first heartbeat. Come on, Matthew 22:37, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your strength, all your understanding, just basically bring everything. And then I was thinking about this phrase, heart and soul. And when Abby and Sam started playing this song, I guess it just felt like this summarizes everything. We're just all in for him. We want to just really go for this with you, God, and say, you made us, and we want to give everything back to you. And I guess it's been really special in this season, like you say, to then sing this out again. And I think there's something about the energy of the song as well, as we were working in that moment. Like Abby was saying, quite often surrender songs can feel maybe a bit slow and reflective, and that can be great. There's definitely a place for that. But this was just a moment. It suddenly felt like a real energy in the room to say, what, we're gonna sort of say that we don't understand it all, God. We don't get it all, but we are throwing ourselves in. And I guess that just meant there was this energy and momentum about the song, and it was such a fun process with Sam and Johnny Bird, Abby, all of us in the room just going for this. And it kind of came quite quickly, I reckon, in that moment.
Yeah. And man, Sam, I love the verses in the chorus, it's all those statements of trust and faith. And you get to that bridge and it really, really turns into just a worship response right there. It's really great.
Yeah, one of the things I love about it, and we've mentioned it a few times, is just there's a grittiness in it as well. It's kind of like it packs a punch. Just singing the power of surrender is an important thing, particularly in a moment like this where the truth of who Jesus is and who we believe him to be could never be more important than a moment like this. And even for my wife and I, particularly being here in New York in a crazy time like this, has singing your surrender has been a really powerful thing to do, and actually a great place to start, and even just leading worship with the church I'm a part of on a Sunday. For me, a great place to start has felt like mystery. I don't have it all figured out. He's God, I'm not. I prefer it that way. I think we should all prefer it that way. And actually just beginning to be okay with mystery, being okay with not having everything figured out. There's a great lyric in the song where where it says, "You reveal I'm only at the start," this is a moment of mystery, I feel, but choosing worship and making God our first choice in everything. We could choose anxiety, we could choose fear, we could choose all these different things that feel like they're on offer every day. And this beautiful thing of worship, which feels like this gift of choosing Jesus, choosing Him above all the other stuff that feels like it's on offer. That's what I love about this song. It feels like your heart follows your words into this, and it just it's a great thing just to declare the truth of Jesus, the surrender. And actually, it reminded me of something I heard recently where someone said, the old saying, the angels have been in a room with God for thousands of years and still haven't got past the words holy. And I love that. I don't want to move too quickly beyond that word. I don't want to move past what He's doing in this moment. And I feel like this is a song that kind of leads us into that place. But it was great fun writing it with the other guys.
Wow, man, such great thoughts. And Abby, I love your vocal on this as well. I'm a big fan. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing this song with us, for writing this song. And we're really excited for it to release and to get out to churches all over the world. And so thank you guys for joining us, making the time, and connecting intercontinentally. This is amazing.
Thanks, Jimmy.